Hi everyone, I'm Kat and welcome to my channel, Naturally Beautiful Girl. So, as you've seen from the title of this video, it is time, believe it or not, for me to do the July Petit Vour unboxing. And I was actually really surprised when I got this box. I was in Cape Cod and I got an email saying that my Petit Vour box had been delivered, and I was like, whoa! Came super early this month. So for those of you who like to get a sneak peek of the box, you're definitely getting an early view this month. I know some of you wait to watch my video when you receive the box. That's cool too. I'm more of the person who likes to get a sneak peek, but if you don't, I totally get that too. I am an affiliate for Petit Vour, which means that they do send me the box every month. And if you choose to use any of my links to Petit Vour, I do make a small commission. But that commission does not add any additional cost to you, and it's just a way for you to help support my channel and allow me to try out a lot of awesome non-toxic cruelty-free products. All the products that are in the Petit Vour shop and also featured in their subscription box are cruelty-free and vegan, so you never have to worry about whether a product is vegan or not. If it's on Petit Vour or in the box, it is. Also, the products are non-toxic as well, so it's a really great box. It's one of the more affordable ones, which is why I really like it. I have a really hard time paying for a box where you really don't get a say in what you're getting in terms of products, so this one makes a lot of sense to me. I was subscribed to it for well over a year before I became an affiliate. I am going to go ahead and just dive right into this month's box. And as I always do, I like to do a demo of any makeup products in the box and also give you a first impression of any skincare, body care, hair care products. So this month we do have a makeup product, and this one was actually interesting to me. This is the Tera Mera Smudge-Proof Anti-Aging Eyeshadow Base. And I'd come across the brand Tera in the past. I don't remember where, and I don't remember how I came across it, and I don't remember why I was looking at it. And I was surprised when I took this out of the box because it's actually looks like it's tinted, which could be a little bit tricky because, as you can see, the bottle itself looks a bit deeper than my skin tone. I do have extremely fair skin. This color may also not be great if you have a really deep skin tone, so I'm gonna go ahead and play with this, and we can figure out what works and what doesn't work. I am hopeful that this will be a good eyeshadow base because the one I typically use is the Alima Pure eye primer, but that one is not vegan, and I don't really have a good non-toxic vegan recommendation for an eye shadow base. And I have oily hooded eyelids, so eyeshadows really don't like to stay in place for me, so having a really good base is key. And I really do find that not only does it help to intensify eyeshadows, but it also does help them to wear longer throughout the day. I should also mention too that I plan to be using my Aether Beauty Rose Quartz eyeshadow palette on my eyes. I really am familiar with this palette and I know how the shadows perform, so I feel like that would be a good eyeshadow to test with this eye primer. And also, as you can see, I'm kind of going for a pink purple look today, and I can definitely achieve that using the shades in this palette. This does have a doe foot applicator. The eyeshadow base and tone is definitely a bit deep for me. You can see it on my lids, and it's a little patchy, and you can definitely see that it's patchy because you can see where it is and where it isn't on my eyelids. So that wasn't great. Obviously I'm going to be putting eyeshadow on, so hopefully you won't see any of the patchiness or the color itself. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply some eyeshadow. The eyeshadows went on very well. As you can see, they're nice and intense. They're very metallic. The shimmery shades on my lids look really nice, and the shades in my crease blended really easily. Though I have to say, this palette is a really good palette, but that's part of why I chose this one to test with the eye primer base, because it is really good. And if I had any performance issues at all, I would know immediately that it was in fact the eyeshadow base and not the eyeshadows itself. So I think in terms of the application, it was good. The true test will obviously be how it wears, since this says it is a smudge-proof eyeshadow base. So I will let you know in the comment section down below how this wears on me throughout the day. I'm actually filming this and hoping to get it up all on the same day, so I can't really give you any further input at this point as to how it wears other than just today. But it is really, really, really hot today. If I'm lucky, it's going to be in the high 80s in Boston. If I'm not lucky, it's going to be in the 90s. So it will definitely be put to the test, and I will let you know how it wears. But my overall first thoughts are it did do a nice job of intensifying the eyeshadows. They were easy to blend, but it is a tinted eyeshadow base, and the shade personally is a bit dark for me, and it did apply a bit patchy, but the eyeshadows are not patchy, as you can see. And the value of the eyeshadow base is $36, which is already twice the price of the box, so it's a good deal. The next product we got in this month's box is from French Girl Organics. Here, I'm gonna let you read it because I don't speak any French. It is a vitamin C polishing wash, and this is a powder, and what you do is you put it in your hands, you add a little bit of water, and then you scrub it around. And I have tried this out, and it was actually quite interesting. It's a bit exfoliating, but it also soaks up, like it gets sudsy, which I kind of really like this. So I have tried it out, and it did do a really nice job of exfoliating. The nice thing about these exfoliating powders is that by controlling the amount of water you mix in, you can really control how exfoliating or not exfoliating it is. And you're supposed to use this a couple times a week, like 1 to 3 times a week. But what I like about this is whenever I use a facial exfoliant, I always feel kind of silly because I'm like, I have to remove my makeup, because I typically do these at night. Sometimes I do them in the morning, but I have to remove my makeup, wash my face, and then use an exfoliant. And it just, I don't know, for some reason it just feels like a lot of steps. It can get a little bit drying, even though I do have oily skin. But with this, you kind of do the wash and exfoliation all in one, which I liked it. It smells really nice. I think it's mostly rose scent, but it did have a really just pleasant scent. And yeah, I liked it. And this is apparently exclusive for Petit Vour, which is kind of cool that you know, they partnered with French Girl and made a specific product. I like it. It comes in this really nice glass bottle, and this would also be good for traveling. I mean, you don't want to use it every day, but it would be a good travel product as well because it is a powder. And the value of this product is $15, and I really liked it the one time I've tried it, and I'm looking forward to using it again. So the next product we got in this one's box was from Ursa Major, and this is their Bright and Easy Flash Mask. And this is a little sample size. As you can see, it's kind of tiny. The full size of this is actually quite expensive. I think it's around like $60. And I got curious about this because I do like a lot of Ursa Major products, and I'd actually gotten a small sample size of it from Credo. They had it as one of their samples, and so I, got it as a sample of the purchase because, let's be honest, I'm always purchasing things from Credo. But I wasn't super impressed when I tried that sample of it. But when I got this in the box, I decided to give it another shot. And I have used this again, and I still am not super impressed by it. So here's the thing for me, is I don't feel like it really does anything. I have some other chemical exfoliating face mask, which is what this is. I really like the Herbivore Blue Tansy, I think that's what it's called, the Blue Tansy face mask. I like that one. I really, really like the new Maya Chia Refreshment face mask as well. Those two are the two chemical exfoliating masks that I really like. Like those, if you ask me for my recommendation of a chemical exfoliating face mask, I would say those two. I like the idea of this one because it's 3 minutes, and I'm a busy woman. I have a career. I have a YouTube channel. I'm busy. I like the idea of this, so I can put it on for 3 minutes, and and that would exfoliate my face. But I really didn't notice any difference when I was using it. I didn't feel any exfoliation, I didn't feel any warmth, I didn't feel any cooling, which are normally the signs that it's actually doing something. But I did see in the comments for, I believe it was my empties video, where someone had mentioned this product and recommended it. But we were discussing in the comments and she really, really liked it. But then we came to realize that she has dry skin and I have oily skin. This may be a product that works better if you have dry skin, but on my oily skin, I just didn't see much. I'm going to continue using it and use this up, but I just wasn't blown away by it. Which is sad because I had really high hopes for it. But I do like those other two masks better if you're looking for a recommendation. So the value of this sample is $6. And then the final product we got in this month's box, I initially was really excited about it, but I have not tried it and I'm going to tell you why. So this is the Kalos After Hours Soothing Night Cream. And I like the description of this. It said pH balanced night cream helps soothe irritated, stressed skin to quickly regain glow and vibrancy. And it also has lavender in it as well as vitamin C. But the reason I've not tried this is the number 2 ingredient in this after water is coconut oil. And I have acne prone skin and I know better than to use a night cream or any sort of moisturizer that contains coconut oil. I do use products from RMS Beauty. I do use products that contain coconut oil, but I will not use coconut oil in my skincare because if I'm wearing it temporarily on my face, that typically goes okay, but like for instance, using a highlighter on my cheekbones, I don't have an issue. But if I go slathering this all over my face, I am going to run into a problem. And it's a little frustrating because I'm like, you could have just made this with any other sort of butter, any sort of oil, but not coconut oil. So I'm not going to be trying this out. I'm probably going to see if someone else wants this, but also I feel bad kind of giving the product with coconut oil to somebody else because I feel like I'm kind of passing along a hot potato, but I will not be trying this for that reason. So didn't try that out. The value of that night cream though is $11. I believe it's also a sample size. This one's box was a really high value. The value of this one's box is $60. But I have to say, it's just not one of my favorite boxes. I do really like the face polish and I'm curious to try out the eyeshadow primer. Like I'm happy to have gotten that. I obviously need to play around with it more, but the face mask, just not my favorite face mask, and the night cream I don't feel comfortable using because it contains coconut oil. So it's okay. This happens every once in a while. That's the thing with subscription boxes. Not everyone's the best one. Depending on what your preferences are and your skin type, you may like one month more than another, but it's not bad. At least it is a good value. There is that to it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do my review of last month's box. I'm first going to start off with the 2 products from Gold Fade and MD. We had the Detox Hydrating Gel and the Needleless Line Smoothing Concentrate. So overall, I've tried out quite a few Gold Fade and MD products and I've just not been blown away by any of them, and same stands for these. So the Detox Hydrating Gel was a nice gel moisturizer. Is it anything to write home about? No, I think it's overpriced for what it is. I do like the Gold Fade and MD Needleless Line Smoothing Concentrate. I do think that it does help to smooth fine lines. I have some in my forehead and every once in a while they like to make an appearance, some days more than other. And I do think this helps to kind of plump those. But do I think it's worth the price? No, especially looking at the ingredients, no. So the samples are nice. Would I ever repurchase these? No. The next product we got was the shower sheet, which I promised to try and then didn't try. I really like a lot of Uni products. I love their Uni Unicorn Mask. I also have their face mist, their jelly face mist as well. I really like both of those. And so I was kind of holding on to this to use it for the perfect occasion, which somehow never came. But I do think that this is going to be super useful. I'm actually, tentatively, it looks like I will be going to China for work in August, which is super exciting. If you have any tips, let me know, because I've never been to China before. I like getting advice about stuff like this, and so if you have any advice, let me know. I'll be there for about a week, as long as everything goes through, but it looks like it will. So I figured, after a 14-hour flight, something like this might be a good option to kind of refresh myself. I have not tried this out yet, but I have really high hopes for it. I'm sorry, I should have tried it out. I failed you guys. Also in last month's box, we also got the Pacifica Cherry Matte Mattifying Primer, which is kind of perfect considering it is really hot. We are in peak summer. So I do think that this helps to reduce oiliness up to a point, but here's the thing, and this is why I don't really use any primer, is none of them are a miracle worker for me. Honestly, the best thing I found to control oil production has been to use the 14E Prime and Set Powder underneath my foundation, like as an actual primer, as the name, you know, says you can. It's a prime and set powder. It does work for a while, but eventually my skin is going to get oily. Eventually my oils are going to break through. If you have kind of oily skin, this might be enough for you, but I've realized I think I just have like really oily skin. Like I've talked to some of my other friends that have oily skin, and their oily skin is like not on the same level as my oily skin. Like I have oily skin. So like I said, if you have more moderate oily skin, this might be enough for you, but for me, I don't always find it's worth the extra stuff of putting on a primer because eventually the oils are going to break through anyway. Do I like it? Am I going to continue using it? Yes. Is it the miracle worker that I've dreamed about? No. Still looking for that. And then the final product we got in last month's box was this eyeliner from Fiora Minerals. So I have tried this out and I like it and I don't like it. I love how creamy it is, but I realized that it definitely burns my eyes. I had that happen a little bit the first time I applied it, actually while I was filming my Petit Vour video, and I had to wait for my eyes to stop burning to continue filming. But I thought, okay, I tightlined, I got too close to my eye, I poked myself in the eye, something like that happened. But I've come to realize that my eyes are way too sensitive for me to use this eyeliner. I normally don't have issues with eyeliners irritating my eyes, but apparently with this one I do. There's something in it that's just not jiving with my eyes. It is one of the creamiest eyeliners I have found, period. It's not the most long wearing because it is so creamy, but I really like eyeliners that are creamy and easy to apply. But the fact that this one makes my eyes burn is just a no-go for me. So it is what it is. It just doesn't work that well for me. Like this one, last month's box was okay, just not my favorite. It's so hard to compete with the box that had the Osea Atmosphere Protection Cream. That has been one of my favorite boxes. And honestly, for the price, it's still a great deal and it lets you try out a whole bunch of new products. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any non-toxic, cruelty-free content. And be sure to check out my Instagram. My handle's at naturallybeautifulgirl. And once again, thank you so much for watching and I will see you next time. Bye!